Hello, it's another rainy day in Seattle. Welcome, Group A. So we have the Eight of Cups, Temperance, Ten of Swords, Three of Swag, which is the Three of Pentacles, work besties in this deck, and the Moon. And this oracle here is just going to act as what can prepare you essentially for what is going to enter your life, or what should you be mindful of for what this is that's going to enter your life, or who this is. So it feels as if you had to disconnect from something or someone as of recently. And I'm going to read what it says here at the bottom of the Eight of Cups. Get off the sinking boat. You pursue life with self-love. So I feel like you've just started this kind of like self-love journey, or maybe you've just like really put emphasis on that. Like, you know what? After trial and error, I'm good just going alone. And with this Temperance energy following suit, it says divine intervention sets the equilibrium you need. It feels as if what's going to enter your life soon, I'm not so much getting a person. Now, this could very well be an individual who could have experienced something similar to you, and they could be getting out of something as well too. And they kind of balance that energy with you. Also, this could just be you learning different modalities and practices in order to heal. That could be entering your life soon. I do feel as if you had to release something rather painful if you were drawn to this group. And it could just be almost like a waking nightmare. Like you literally wake and you're like, wow, you think of this situation that you had to disconnect from, or this person, and you're like, it's weighing heavily on you. Now, this is an individual that is entering your life. They will literally act as somewhat of a guide in this process. Like I mentioned, they could have been experiencing something rather similar to, where they could have just left something or someone that they feel as if was no longer serving them. And you two may have that in common. And you may meet them at work, a coffee shop, the gym, somewhere where you find yourself kind of pouring into yourself, a bookstore, however, some place where people may gather, and you may find yourself. It's so interesting because they all have like cups here, and that's like the Three of Pentacles. So it could be at like a local coffee shop, and you two may bond literally on the fact that you are pouring more into yourselves at this time. And it's kind of like they're a comrade. They're someone that you can kind of lean on at this time. So let's touch on this oracle here. It says key and opportunity. One of my favorites in this deck, actually. So how you can prepare for this person entering your life, or this new wind or energy entering your life, which, I mean, if it's not a person, it could very well just be you learning something about yourself, learning something about your journey, and kind of getting out of this headspace where you could have been literally overthinking, and you're healing now. You're putting more focus and attention on healing. So with this oracle here, it says blocks are lifted. I'm just reading a bit of it right here. So blocks are lifted. Purchase a new home or car, start a business opportunities, pursue what you have been waiting for, unlock wisdom and knowledge. So I added that in there just in case you guys want to pause and read some of what else it says, because it's like a whole paragraph here. But I love how it says the key also symbolizes access, detachment, and freedom. So going along with this Eight of Cups energy, having to detach from something, but just kind of note to yourself that when one door closes, there's always another one that's open. I really do feel that with this oracle. It's kind of preparing you how to you go about this new wind that's coming into your life, or this new opportunity that's coming into your life. New person, however, right? Be cognizant of the fact that when one door closes, there's already one ready and open for you. Start that new business, get the house, the car, go after those things that you truly desire that will fill your cup. I love how the first thing it says are blocks are lifted. So this may just be more so of a mental battle than a physical battle. Unlock wisdom. So I just wanted to highlight this. It feels the mantra for this group will be every door that closes, there's another one already open. So there's opportunities available to you at this time that you will soon come to realize. And they could have presented themselves very well because you disconnected from things that no longer served you, or habits that no longer were serving your cause. Hello, Group B. So we have the Strength card, Judgment, the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Five of Swords in the upright, the Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups in the upright. And the Oracle here is just going to be kind of like a guiding point, what you should be aware of in terms of like how to go about who or what is getting ready to enter your life. It's interesting because if you're familiar with my readings, I'll always do like a pre-shuffle, and the Five of Swords came out twice, in the upright and in the reverse. So it feels as if you're drawn to this group, you could have, been just wrestling with your own self-doubt as of lately. There's something that could be tugging at your spirit that you truly desire to do, and it's met with a bit of uncertainty. It's met with a bit of like, but what about this? What about that? And maybe you have been presented with opportunities to pursue this, but maybe they seem like they're a little bit too good to be true, or just not really realistic. At this time, I would definitely pay attention to like your dreams or what you could be daydreaming of, and know that those things are not really far-fetched. Those are not far-fetched or out of your reach. They're actually you connecting to what your heart desires, truly. And what I see coming in soon, it doesn't feel like so much of a person. It feels more so of an idea or a thought pattern that will be adopted a little bit differently. I'm going to touch on this oracle, how to manage or go about this situation. It says reconciliations and apologies. Enjoy people and activities that make you happy, peaceful endings that bring new beginnings, inspired by life, peace. So definitely adopting a new belief within yourself. Now I know it has like various meanings here, but it definitely feels as if with your particular situation, now it may vary per person to person, but for the most part, it definitely feels like finding a peace within yourself, restoring a peace within yourself is coming in soon for you. Definitely where you could have questioned your own thoughts, beliefs, and this may have contributed to an individual. Maybe it was because, let's say, you feel like you were right on about a particular person, and you feel like, wow, I was wrong about this person. They kind of end up doing me in rather bad. And now it's like when it comes to your aspirations and your dreams, you're questioning those now. You're like, well, I don't know if I should go to Paris this summer. Like, I don't know if I should go to North Carolina for school. Like, however the shoe fits for you, it's like now it's bringing upon these doubts and worries that maybe innately weren't with you previously. It could be pointing to what's coming in soon as well, what's entering your life as well. Our apologies and healing in areas where there were, rough waters, okay? So essentially, what's going to enter your life soon is literally going after what you feel you're called to do, what your heart truly desires, matching that heartbeat instead of finding a way of being in conflict with it, like through your mental, right? So it's like you're literally going to be listening to your heart rather than allowing your mind to make decisions for you, which typically you'll find are going to leave you in fear, are going to leave you stagnant. You're not going to be taking action. You're not going to move when you listen to your mind. At least it feels like that has been the case for a few of you, and a bit of confusion as well too. So you're getting out of this fog and you're listening to your heart, and you're learning that connections that you make are not in vain. And then through that process, you may find that there are reconciliations that happen and apologies that come in soon as well too.
Hello, Group C. So we have the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant in the reverse, the Five of Fields, which is the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swag, which is the Seven of Pentacles in this deck, along with the King of Wands. And for your oracle, it's just going to be used as a guiding point to help navigate what's getting ready to enter your life, or who. It feels as if what's getting ready to enter your life, definitely a moment of clarity and a breakthrough. Feels as if it's related to a person, So this could be someone that you have disconnected from, or you're going through a bit of a rough patch with. It has been bringing upon some emotions. This could have been someone that you felt as if would be faithful to you or commit to you in some way, invest in you in the right way. You will be hearing from this person. That's what brings this clarity and this breakthrough. You'll be hearing from this person, or perhaps you'll just get an idea, right? You'll just go like, oh my gosh, you get an epiphany of some sort. Like, this dude was never actually intending on being who he said he was intending on being, or perhaps this is something that he kind of, comes in your energy and delivers you with this idea or epiphany. It's going to vary, right, per person. But it does feel as if there's some form of trust or bond that has been broken. I'm going to touch on how to navigate this with this oracle here. So we have mourning and grief, letting go, difficulties are ending, accepting things that you cannot change. So I put that in the camera so you guys can kind of read a bit of the paragraph. If you guys pause, there's some more in-depth reasoning as to what this oracle could be conveying, but essentially how it could help you navigate this situation is definitely, I know hearing like letting something go, or that's not always like the easiest thing. It's rather easier said than done, but you may find a point where it just becomes abundantly clear that perhaps this person wasn't as invested as you were in this situation. And this could be somewhat of a confirmation. I'm looking at this like this number, like 1111. Perhaps you've been seeing that a lot. Perhaps you could have felt as if this person was like a twin flame of some sort. And if you believe in those connections, and if you do, then you'll know as well that they go through these transitions where they may not be together this lifetime, but they may spend a period together in this lifetime. So this is kind of giving I see you next lifetime vibes. But in a sense, this is also going to bring liberation to you. It's liberating because this may have been emotionally heavy for some time. And this kind of breakthrough and this transition where you receive clarity will definitely put you into a different focus. It's like you may find yourself investing more into your craft. You may find yourself investing more into things that you may have previously neglected. This could be also like arranging your home. I don't know. Maybe you have some paperwork that you're like, you've been letting sit for a while, and you're like, okay, finally this moment of clarity where you kind of either hear from this person or you gain this insight for yourself just by their actions that, let me go ahead and let me tend to my own garden. Let me look at those things that I need to be investing in my life instead of pouring into this emotionally that hasn't even served me, really. And learning what you need to learn. I see you doing that through the process, like kind of just seeing what you need to see. And that goes kind of hand in hand with accepting things that you cannot change. So definitely with this oracle, just helping navigate the situation. Some things are meant to come to an end. I'm hearing a song by Nelly Furtado, and maybe you guys can relate to this, but this is going to be a moment where it's going to set you up. What feels like a setback sometimes is really a setup for something way greater for you. And I know it sounds like corny as hell, but I mean, it's serious. That's how it feels, this energy. This definitely will put you up on because if you look at this Ace of Swords, she's elevated. She's in the sky. She feels like it's almost going to build this trust within you where you're like, you know what? I was already intuitively getting this nudge. And now here's this moment of clarity where I'm like, I can't question any longer that this is the truth. And when I said set you up, like elevate you to almost literally believe in yourself more. believe in what you are pouring into and investing your time into, and know that, okay, I may not be able to change this person or change their belief system or how they were viewing you or the situation, but I can change the way I'm thinking of it. Like, for one, looking at the glasses half full instead of empty. Like, well, at least I can trust now my intuition. My intuition was always telling me this, you know? At least now I feel a sense of a fresh air. Like, I can breathe now. Like, I literally felt like I was like hard for me to breathe for a second. Like, I can breathe now. Like, you know, looking at things from more of a positive side of things rather than negative. Like, it's their loss, not so much yours. That's the energy I feel entering in your life soon. So this is great, Group C. I know it's like almost like a bittersweet feeling, but in every death encounter, like this is ending skull, but I'm thinking of the death card, of course. That's a transformation. There is no death without life. I believe that energy, and maybe you'll adopt this belief too if you don't already, energy transfers. It doesn't truly die. So you're going to transfer this energy into something way more productive, and you're going to reap the rewards of that. And ultimately, it's so interesting because I really do believe you'll find that this person is still attracted to you. It's looking at you is higher than them, and they're a little bit lower vibrational. And it's so crazy because this King of Wands is like in fire. So you may say to hell with this energy. You may say to hell to the it's not funny, but seriously, you may say to hell with this person. You know what I mean? Because you are elevated and you are high lifted. I love this for you, Group C, okay? I love this for you. Especially if they had you doubting your beliefs, you know, God the Most High. I see you definitely getting out of that breakthrough, that clarity, that like, no, you know what? It's on you. It's not on me. And, you know, I love that for you, Group C. Most definitely. Most definitely. And then this person, this fire, this passion, you know, they still have that for you. Even if it feels like it's dwindled. But if you, like I was getting at earlier, kind of believe in that whole twin flame connection, it's still a connection. It may just be, I see the next lifetime connection, but is there still that passion there? It feels like you're taking the higher route.